You're listening to The Monetized Mom, the podcast that teaches moms of faith how to monetize their expertise online to create influence, impact, income, and more importantly, financial independence. I'm your host, Flo Alexander. Let's chat. Hey mama, if you are tuned into this episode, you're probably looking to grow your coaching business. Well, you are in luck. I just released a new training on how to launch a high-ticket program that clients will pay thousands for, even if you don't have your program created. Now, you can access it now at themonetizedmom.com/training. That's themonetizedmom.com/training. Again, that's themonetizedmom.com/training. Now, let's get on with the show. Well, hello. If you are listening to this, you have reached the season finale of the Monetized Mom podcast. I know, we don't want it to end, but alas, here we are ending this episode because your girl is taking a break for the end of the year. And we're going to come back strong in January in the new year with some more marketing, business, faith, all the stuff that you have grown to love from listening to the podcast. But before I end the season, I wanted to kind of reflect on what I have learned this year and what I want to share with you all as it pertains to business, growing, and learning all the things that I have learned over the year. I have gone through a complete transformation this year. So much has happened in my life and business. And I just want to share some major gems that I have learned. So for starters, I will say that I deem this year the year of learning. I had so many expectations coming into the new year, and I really started the year with a high in my business, and it just turned into a year of learning. As most new businesses and new aspects of business go through their own learning and development process as you grow, that is what I experienced within this year. So I learned a lot as it pertains to myself and my business and having to pivot. I learned a lot more about marketing. It was just, as hard as some months may have been, weeks, days even may have been within my business, I can truly say that I learned and developed so much and gained so much confidence from the experiences that I had this year. And then I think one of the biggest things that I have really incorporated from this experience is making sure that I'm actually praying about my business more so than I have been before, but like specific things that I want to see happen. Those are things that I can actually take to God, and those things will happen. So that's one major takeaway that I have, that is nothing too small, even within our business, that we can't bring before God and submit to Him. So that was a big thing. This year was a lot of pivots. So I got very comfortable with pivoting. One of the major pivots that I made was in the program. So initially I had the accelerator program, which was 12 weeks group coaching program. And although my clients got results, it was very high touch. I realized that there was a gap in the market and there was a need, and I wanted to fill it. And so we have transitioned to the mastermind, which is a 6-month program, which is done with you, with your marketing and developing your program and your back end systems and all those things. And I am just excited about that. I'm excited about the further impact that it's going to be able to make in the businesses of the moms that I serve. And it's just going to be overall great. Like, I've gotten so much good response from it that I know that it's needed. And I'm just excited to be the person that's bringing it in the marketplace for the people that I am called to serve. So overall, from a business perspective, it's been a year of learning, and it's also been a year of pivot. Now, as far as my life goes, it's been a year of depth. That is the word that I had for 2023. And boy, did that word really manifest itself in a depth of knowledge of the word of God, and just so much that's happening around us that, we just typically aren't aware of, the things happening in the spiritual realm that we should be aware of that impacts our daily lives. And so that was just a major thing for me. You guys may have listened to my podcast episode on denouncing my sorority and just everything that came with that. That was a major thing that happened for me this year. And I just cannot just speak to the transformation that has taken place in my life as a result, and then the lives of the people that I am impacted and called to reach. So that's another thing that's happened this year that, it's been a good thing. It was a good thing. And I really got greater understanding of the word of God, and my relationship with Christ has grown tremendously more. So I'm grateful for that. And there are other great things that have happened in my personal life that I won't necessarily share here. But, life has been great from a personal perspective. And God has been truly blessing us. And I'm just so grateful and I'm so thankful for that. So this year has been a year of learning. It's been a year of pivoting. It's been a year of adjusting, learning more about me, learning more about business, and having to pivot. Another pivot that I made in the business was the major update that Google had that impacted my blog and my Mama and Money business. And the impact was pretty huge. When I first did the podcast episode where I shared some of that stuff, you know, I didn't go into depth about how big of an impact it was, but it was really a big impact in my business. So I really had to pivot and I really had to be a CEO in my business and make the necessary changes in order for the business to still thrive and survive. So a lot of big decisions had to be made this year, a lot of lessons learned. And I think overall, I can say that this has been a great year thus far. And I'm looking to the end of the fourth quarter as things start to wrap up and then we ramp back up into an even bigger 2024 year. And I'm just excited. So hopefully you guys are excited. I would love to hear some of the lessons that you have gained this year and maybe even some of the lessons that you've gained through me via this podcast. If there was something that you took away from any of the episodes this year, I would love to hear it. So why don't you send me a message over on Instagram at @TheFullAlexander. I would love to know, what was your biggest lesson and takeaway from the year? What did you gain? What is something that you learned from this podcast that has been able to help you in your life or even in your business? I would love to hear it. All right, guys, I'm off for this year, 2023, and I will talk to you in 2024. Have a blessed holiday season. Have a blessed Christmas. Have a happy new year and all those things in between. We'll talk next year. As always, I hope that you found this episode helpful. If you did, don't forget to subscribe, share, and leave a review. And with that, I'll talk to you in the next episode.